A year ago, I uploaded this video, and I kind of mark Minecraft Let's Play Episode 1 as the beginning of the channel as you know it now. Now, I uploaded videos before this, and there's about 5, and I'm not discrediting the quality of those. They're just way different. I mean, I guess there's tier list, but like what I originally envisioned this channel as was not gameplay. It was like little essays and me talking about my life, and you'd have to go watch the original videos, but this video essentially marks the beginning of what I do now, which is gameplay with like witty commentary. I don't know what you'd consider it. I don't know. I don't really think there is a category you can put me in other than, I guess, commentary. But after that, it gets diluted. I guess comedic commentary. I don't know. But yeah, I would say this marks the beginning of it. And it's not actually a year. Okay, it's like 13 months now. Probably should have made this video last month, but the idea recently came to me, so whatever. But I would like to kind of give you a visualization of where I was a year ago. So YouTube obviously was not successful a year ago. We had a couple hundred subs, and I was making community posts thanking people for like 50 sub increments. Now, that might sound like, oh, you're a dick. Like 50 subs means nothing to you now. No, that's not true at all. But I've grown accustomed to, rather than 50 subs, I'm getting happy about like thousands of subs. And I'm not saying that, like, once again, I appreciate every single person who subscribes. It's just at this point in YouTube, I was not growing. I was doing it for the love of the game. You can see how terrible the gameplay is and how laggy it is. I was on an old-ass laptop that barely ran Minecraft and OBS at the same time. At some point, it quit running Minecraft and OBS at the same time. That's why this world has never been continued, because I quite literally cannot run OBS and Minecraft at the same time on that computer. Look at how it's terrible. Not that I was poor during this time. I just didn't care about having a nice computer. And even now that I have a really nice computer, I still don't even know how the fuck to work half the shit in it, right? I figured out how to use keyframes like 2 months ago, like in editing software. I've been making YouTube videos pretty much as a job for like 8 months now. And I just now figured out how to use keyframes and how to move shit in the video. Like, I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to technology. But still, even back then, I was more technologically inept. My claim to fame during this time was not YouTube. It was the TikTok bird shit. My strategy for growing YouTube back then was terrible. I would promote YouTube under the bird TikTok videos. So it would be a video of me talking about, man, I would fuck this Fortnite skin and cream pie it and fill it up. And then they would come over here, and this is like actual, just like, it's maybe not the most fucking technologically advanced comedy, or however you want to say it, but it's like you have to at least have some sort of brain cells to understand the shit I'm saying. Obviously, it's still understandable to the majority of people, but the people that want to watch the TikTok bird shit do not want to watch long form YouTube. And that was pretty much entirely my strategy back then, was hoping that this dumbass bird TikTok shit would grow this. So that's why I was gaining 50 sub increments. But yeah, so also a year ago today, right now, when I uploaded this video, I was actually shadow banned on Instagram. So I wasn't even able to really upload the bird TikTok shit. So pretty much the only thing I could do was do YouTube for like a couple months right now. Because I used to get shadow banned all the time on Instagram. I'm glad that I don't have to deal with even worrying about the short form shit anymore. I know I've talked about it before, but that shit's pretty much over. We got YouTube to a point to where I don't need it anymore, and I don't want to do it. So YouTube is like the main focus. I feel like that's a common pipeline for a lot of people. Is they blow up off of short form, and then they really try to get people over to long form. And then once they get long form successful, they just quit fucking doing short form, because short form sucks. It does not. I'll be honest with you. I'll tell you exactly why all of the situation I just described as I struggle to fucking make a pickaxe here, or whatever I'm trying to make. Yeah, a pickaxe. Um, the reason why people transition from short form to long form and they want to do that so quick, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Okay, it's not like it probably is because they like doing it more. Because personally, I like doing long form a lot more. It's money. It really is money. The big reason is money. But I mean, for me, I feel like this is probably me and a lot of creators. Long form is a lot more fulfilling to make in general, and it's more money. There's a lot more money in it. So that's the big reason why people quit doing short form. There's no fucking money in it. Like, you can gain hundreds of millions of views on TikTok and it means nothing. You will gain like $100. And I'm not saying it's all about money, but that's why you see people do that. They transition super quick. But for me, I wasn't even making short form like this. I wasn't making like YouTube, joke type video. Oh my god, I hate when this bitch be calling me, bruh. God damn. She's supposed to call me when her break starts, not fucking 20 minutes into her break. I assumed I just wasn't getting a phone call. I hate women! No, I'm just kidding. That's not the energy we're going for in this video. But, yeah, so, like, I wasn't even doing, like, this shit on short form. Like, I wasn't being myself on short form. I was just doing bullshit. So, I guess it's a little different for me as well. I've never blew up off of doing this in short form. But, yeah, that's why people transition over. Kind of forgot where I was before I started talking about that. But I mean, pretty much this video is just to talk about like where I am today as compared to back then. So I think I did a pretty good job describing where I was back then. Well, I guess I forgot to say I was still working at this point. So like recording YouTube videos was kind of difficult because I had a full-time job. Well, kind of. So here's the thing. I had a full-time job like a year and a half ago. Damn, it's been so long now. I had a full-time job where I was working like 60 hours a fucking week. I was working like 6 days a week. Pretty much slave labor shit, right? And then the TikTok bird shit blew up, and I was like, okay, I have potential to finally do something comedic. So I then started doing YouTube. And that's when I was making the essay type videos, and I was only uploading once a week because I was literally working like slave labor hours. It's funny that that's my favorite job I've ever had. If I had to quit this, I would go back to doing that immediately because I fucking love that job actually. Anyways, I quit that job so I could focus on making YouTube videos after I saw success. Not on YouTube. I didn't see success on YouTube till May. I guess I'll get to that here in a moment, but after I thought, oh, this has potential, I quit this 60-hour-a-week job, and then I moved to another job where I made more money, and I worked this weird-ass schedule. So I'm not really going to describe the schedule, but, like, so I worked a lot less, but I still worked, like, similar hours. It was just I worked longer days and then to have more days off. So I took that job, and then around that time, I started uploading actual YouTube videos, like kind of, I mean, not actual YouTube video, but the shit that I do now. So like Minecraft Let's Play. So around this time, I got that new job, and I fucking hated that job. It was great to have hella days off and shit, but like that job was fucking terrible. The coworkers were idiotic. Like, so at this 60-hour-a-week job, it's a bunch of like old dudes like waiting to retire, essentially, and I fucking loved it. It was awesome. I love working with old people. But then I moved to this other job, and it's a bunch of young people that are my age that are fucking annoying. So it was just terrible. I hated that job so much, but it made a lot of money. And so I worked there for about 6 months while doing YouTube and TikTok. And then in May, I started uploading on TikTok finally. I don't know. I keep saying whenever I referred to TikTok earlier in the video, I'm talking about the bird shit in general. I didn't necessarily start uploading. Well, I started uploading on TikTok like, I don't know, in December of last year. So like a year ago now, but I didn't really gain traction till May. So really I consider me uploading to TikTok to pretty much start in May. Because this was my strategy for TikTok. This is why it never worked. I would literally download all of the Instagram bird shit that I made, right? And then I would just upload it all at the same fucking time. So I would like drop like a fucking upload bomb on TikTok and it'd be like 40 TikToks. at once. And then I would do that in like 3 weeks. Like I'd do that every couple weeks. So that's why I didn't work at first. But anyways, I was working at this fucking job I hated. And then in May, I started, or in April or May, I can't remember. April, probably, I started kind of blowing up on TikTok. And then in May, I blew up on TikTok, like gaining like, so I would go on my break and I would look at my phone and I gained 15,000 followers while I was while I was working before my break. And I was getting like $200 of cameos every 8 hours. You know what I mean? Shit like that. So I quit that job pretty much as soon as TikTok blew up, which was really not a good choice. I was not prepared for it, but I did it anyways because I just assumed, oh, this ain't gonna run out. TikTok then went well for a couple months. But during that time in June, I had quit my job, so I was fully at home. So I was actually able to make YouTube videos all the time and pretty much put all my time towards making YouTube videos. Because if you go watch the bird shit, you can kind of tell that it doesn't really take a lot of doesn't take a lot of time to do, nor does it take a lot of thought. So I wasn't really putting any thought towards that. I was just uploading a lot on TikTok, and it was just doing well. But then in the middle, and thank God this happened. Thank God this happened. YouTube blew up in the middle of this, and thank fucking God it happened. I don't know what I would have done if I would have been fully sold on doing the TikTok shit. Because it's not done, but like I fucking hate doing it. So like I could do it theoretically, but I just don't want to. So I really am very thankful for YouTube blowing up. And sometimes I get in this mindset of, oh, it's not a luck thing, it's a content thing. And I still do believe that, but I think you need a little bit of luck too. And I think I got hit with a little bit of luck around June, and YouTube blew up. And, it seemed like as YouTube more and more, TikTok less and less. And that probably has something to do with people figuring out what my voice sounded like. It wasn't actually deep as fuck. Impossibly deep, I don't know. But so, as YouTube went up, TikTok went down. So then we moved into like July, August, which was a pretty shitty time period for me because TikTok was going down, YouTube had peaked, and then was coming down. So I pretty much had both platforms going down, and I was struggling figuring out how to revive. I was trying to revive both of them. And then we move into the next couple months, which was September and October. And during these months, TikTok was pretty much done. Well, I was still trying on TikTok, so I was still kind of doing all right. I don't know. I don't really remember, to be honest with you. I don't really think about it. And YouTube had pretty much hit a low. We went from gaining like 10 to 15,000 views a video in like the first couple days to it taking like a week to hit 10K. Like I was really lost in terms of YouTube. And during this time, doubts were creeping in about going and getting a fucking job again, which I do not want to do. I hate jobs so much because you cannot focus on your own shit. Like I want to build up my fucking life, and I want to do what I want to do. And this isn't like, I always say this. This is not a statement against having a fucking job. If you want to have a job, whatever, bro. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay. Not everybody is intended to be a creative person. Some people just want to go to work, come home, and then live their life, and just like be comfortable. And that's perfectly fine. But for me, that's not what I want. I never want that. I would rather, and I talked about this in the video I uploaded about when I almost gave up, which I guess kind of reference that to talk about these next couple months, probably like November, December, no, October, November, whatever, somewhere, whatever, this time period that I'm talking about right now. But yeah, I would personally rather like just make no money and do something I like than be rich as fuck. Like I was saying, with the job I had, with the long hours and the shorter and the better schedule, I would rather work the 60-hour a week job because I actually enjoyed it, rather than work a more cool job, or work a more flexible, like more time to myself job, because I fucking hated it. So that's just the way I view life. But if you want to be comfortable, whatever. Okay, it's not a problem. Because at the end of the day, we do need plumbers. I won't do it. I won't do it though. But yeah. So then once again, reference that video to get the full scoop on this time period as well. And then we move into December and January. And it's funny. The channel started with a Minecraft Let's Play episode 1, right? And this is pretty much when I got the passion and I got the general idea for what I'm going to do with the channel. I then, in December, upload Trying to Find Agartha in Minecraft. And I'll tell you what, that pretty much revived my channel. It revived my outlook on YouTube. And what's funny? You know how I got the inspiration for that video? I watched Minecraft Let's Play episode 1. And look at me. Dude, I'm not even gonna lie. I knew I couldn't craft a fucking emerald pickaxe, dude. I was just clip farming out my ass right here. Look at this bullshit, dude. But yeah, so I watched this video and I was like, damn, dude, I used to be so much funnier. I'm always talking about politics and all this bullshit now. Like, I've completely lost the direction that the channel actually needs to go in. And watch this video, and the next couple of days, I took a little break, I think, in between uploading. I think it was like a 4 to 5 day break. So I could be wrong on this. It's what I remember. And I was thinking, how do I make another video like that? And Trying to Find Agartha in Minecraft comes out. Clips blow up from it. And since then, we've essentially been riding that wave. And this time, this wave is based off of just me. It's not because I made a common fucking... It's not because I made a common statement like I did in June. I say thank God that it blew up, which I am very thankful because I wouldn't be where I am today. But in the past, I've talked about how I fucking hated blowing up off of that. I've changed my opinion on that now because I've recovered. That was just a sore loser type of statement. But yeah, so in June, I blew up because of a very, very, I don't know, basic fucking low understanding of politics statement that sold myself to a lot of people that were having certain feelings against a country in the Middle East. You see what I'm saying there? I made the most grass is green ass statement, I guess. And I blew up off of it, and I expected people to fuck with me because of that. And it just didn't work because as soon as I didn't fulfill their idea, they wanted me to be like Hassan Piker or some shit, right? They wanted me to be like a liberal god. I don't know what they wanted, but I sure as hell was not giving it to them. So essentially, the fan base I accrued off of that slowly left because they realized I'm not like that. And then, I hit that low point. But then I came out of the low point and I made the Trying to Find Agartha in Minecraft, and it was a video that was purely showcasing pretty much just myself. I wasn't making any political statements. I was kind of doing more meme-y shit, which, to be honest with you, sometimes I sit here and complain about the memes and shit like that, but that's kind of where, a lot of my humor is derived from. I was a little fucking dank memer, dude. I was watching, the journal or the diary of a dank memer in 6th grade, bro. I was doing the smoke weed every day. All that shit, bro. That was me. So that's kind of just where my roots are in general. So yeah, that video blows up and it's more of a showcase of me. And since then, we've been riding that wave. So, and we really have not slowed down. I just uploaded Mario Kart World Politics 13, and once again, I'm not trying to brag at all, okay? This is simply just me stating it. This video is performing the best out of any video I've uploaded since, December. Obviously, it's not going to beat, Mario Kart World Politics 2, which is probably my best performing video in terms of, first day statistics. I think it got, 20K views in the first day, which is fucking insane, but still, out of the more common era, or whatever you want to say, of my videos, this video is performing the best in terms of views. So, yeah, we are pretty much up and up, and I hope to remain that way. So that's kind of where I am today. It's up and up, and I'm learning. I'm trying to actually change certain content. Obviously, I keep making Mario Kart World Politics, but that's because people want it, right? You could say, "Oh, you're milking it," but literally, people want that. So if I can keep the people entertained while also, slowly introducing new games like I have been, that's another thing I used to do when I first blew up. Man, it was just the same shit over and over and over again. And once again, you could point to Mario Kart World Politics, but that's kind of like my Joe Rogan podcast. You know what I mean? That's like something that I'm just known for, and I just do. Um, it's a good filler, you know. Well, it depends on how you look at it. Some people maybe consider the other games filler, but I think Mario Kart World Politics is a good way to just keep people engaged. It's an easy thumbnail and just like, just my series. But other than that, I'm trying to evolve. I really am trying to make different content. Once again, the streaming, I'm trying to take a step up in terms of streaming. Now the frequency of streams is terrible, but when I do stream, at least on the main channel, I'm trying to make sure it's like legit, dude. But yeah, so that's where I am now. It is insane to think that I have made it this far in a year. I mean, YouTubers constantly talk about how it took them 5, 10 years. I mean, not 10 years, it's a bit extreme, but it takes them years to ever even gain like 10,000 subscribers or some shit. And the fact that I was able to do it in a year, I'm not trying to say this in a bragging way, is just fucking awesome. Like, and I can't be more thankful to like actually be like a YouTuber. I know everybody wants to be one, and a fuck ton of people are YouTubers, and it's not as like impressive as it used to be. But like for me, if you grow up in the 2010s, like how serious that shit is, like how all of us wanted to do it. So to actually be able to do that is insane. Once again, the whole content creator shit has been watered down, but it is fucking insane to actually like be a YouTuber, like it is awesome. Very cool. And to be honest with you, I mean, I just had to take a little break because it's a very emotional thought. It's great where I am now.